So we're going to make some snowflakes that you can hang in your window. So what you're going to need, you'll need some newspaper, transparency, clear paper. Now this is optional, and I'm going to show you a snowflake I made without using this in case you don't have it, but it's very inexpensive. You can get it at Dollar Tree. Okay, scissors, punch, pencil, some tape. I have two different kinds of tape. Yarn or string, salt, which is optional also. If you have markers at home, the water-based markers, or food coloring, or this is watercolor. It's liquid, but if you have the palettes, you can use those also. So you have plenty of options here. A squirt bottle with water. This is a mixture of water and alcohol, but if you just want to use plain water, that is fine. So, and some, I'm going to use rubber gloves because this project I'm going to use the food coloring, and it does tend to stain. So if you have some gloves, I recommend that. Oh, and the main, you need some coffee filters. So I have two different sizes here, so either size will work. If you want a small snowflake, go with the smaller one. Or if you have the larger, or if you have both, you could do a variety of sizes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my coffee filter. I'm going to use my newspaper, flatten it out, and I'm going to work with the food color. Like I said, you have options, whatever you have at home. And so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to kind of squirt it on. And this is a blue color. And you can make your snowflakes any kind of color you want. Ooh, there it goes. And you know, snowflakes are unique. No two snowflakes are the same. All right, so right here, I've just squirted on some food coloring, and now I'm going to take my squirt bottle, and I'm just going to let it give it a really good squirt, hit it fairly. And you can watch it and see how it kind of bleeds into other. And you can kind of pick it up too and kind of shake it around if you want it to kind of bleed into more. You could take a paintbrush too. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to let that dry. This is optional, but it gives it a really cool effect. And I'm going to sprinkle salt on top of it, and it kind of crystallizes it. So while that is drying, I have two coffee filters that are dry. This one I used markers on, and this one I used the liquid watercolor. And I made them really colorful, but you can make them any color you want. If you want it to go blue, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to place that so you can see. Now what I'm going to do, and you can see the texture in here from the salt, which is really cool, I think. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to fold it in quarters, and then I'm going to fold it again. Try to get it as even as you can. So it has a pie shape to it. This is optional too. I'm going to take a pencil and the scissors. You can go online and get patterns of snowflakes. I just kind of freehand it, or I just take my scissors and just kind of cut it myself. But you can draw some kind of design or shape, whatever you want. And you can go by that guideline. I'll take my scissors and I'm going to cut. So whatever design you create, that's fine. And I'm going to cut along here. You never want to cut through all the way, otherwise it will be in separate pieces. So. And there, I have it cut through. Now, I'm going to open it up and see what kind of design I have here. And there is my snowflake. Now, because of the folds, you can press it down to go flat with a book, which works really nice, but I'm going to take this a step farther. And if you have any of the clear plastic or clear transparency paper, it does tend to roll up quite a bit. This is I'm going to use for my snowflake. And like I said, you do not have to do that. So I have some pre-cut here. The best way to deal with this is just flip it over. Because it just really likes to curl up. And I'm going to take some painter's tape. If you have masking tape too, that can work too. And I'm going to just leave one corner open, and I'm going to remove my gloves because it'll be easier to work with. Leave the sticky side up. So, okay. So all I'm going to do is just carefully peel this paper off, because if I'm not, it will roll up on me. So I'm just going to go around the tape. And I pre-measured this to make sure I had enough of the plastic that will fit on my snowflake. Okay, so carefully, I'm going to start in the center and I'm going to press down going out to one side. So this still is pretty sticky. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take another sheet of the transparency. This gets a little tricky this way because it still wants to fold up. Get that started here. Okay, so I'm going to this kind of looks backward, but it's because we're filming this way. I'm going to carefully pull back. I'm taking my other hand and I'm smoothing it as I go, and you want to go slow. Okay, so that step is done. I'm going to pick this up and I'm just going to cut around this part. So now I have that. The snowflake is stuck in between the two pieces. Now I'm just going to go along, and you can just get up to the edge. I leave a little tiny bit of edge that keeps it sealed together. Alright, so now you see that I have it cut all the way around. And so what I'm going to do, if you have a punch, I'm just going to stick it, my punch through here, punch it up. If you don't, you can just take some yarn and just tape it to the back and make a loop to hang it if you want. But I'm going to use the string. And there, you have a snowflake that you can hang in your window.